Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages. Today, we're going to do a video, and it's probably going to be a long one, but I think it will be very helpful to anybody who does the Halloween, Christmas, any of the villages, okay? We have a little problem when you buy some of these things. This is Christmas lights. Comes with a battery box. Okay. And what I'm going to show you how to do when there's no adapter available on these boxes is how to take and add the parts that you need and how to do it to convert to a 4.5 volt. You know what I'm talking about here. I apologize for my forgetfulness, but we have adapters. Okay, this happens to be 12 volts, which is too powerful, but you want to use a 4.5 volt if you've got 3 batteries. Okay, let me show you again. Okay, this one has 3 batteries in it. Each battery is AAA, and it's 1.5 volts per battery. So that means you need a 4.5 volt adapter, okay? Not a 12 volt like I have. But what I'm going to show you today is how to take a couple of adapters, and we're going to use a USB cord that plugs into a phone adapter. Now that's 5 volts, okay? But that half a volt doesn't matter, okay? I've done this on my layouts, the Halloween layout, the Christmas layout, and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to add the lights to this tree. Okay, this is going to be on our North Pole, and it's going to be up and away to where we can't reach it to turn batteries on and off. So we're going to take this battery box, okay? We're going to use an adapter like this, okay? I'm not sure what millimeter it is. I think it's 2.5 millimeters, but I'm not positive. Okay, and then we're going to take this old USB cable here. Okay, I cut the end of it off, and hopefully this is going to work. I used the red and the black wire here. It had 4 wires on it. Okay, but I'm pretty sure that if I use the red and the black and I connect it to this and then use the where did I put it? Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Uh-oh. I've lost it. Okay. One thing you don't want to do is leave this sitting around because it's hot and it melts plastic, which I just kind of did, but that's okay. All right, so I've got this and I've got the male end. Now, what did I do with the female end? Okay, I've got a whole bunch of these. I order these off of AliExpress or Temu, and I get a bag like this, okay, and it has 10 males and 10 females in it. So, and they're really, really inexpensive, okay? So, what I want to do is take one of these, and I don't know what I did with it. Wow, what a dingbat. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take another one, and I thought I had this all set up so that you didn't have to watch this part. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take my wire strippers, and I need quite a bit of red and black wire exposed. So I'm just going to take this and very carefully squeeze just to cut that black outer protection cover. Then I'm going to pull it off, okay? And that's going to expose the red and black wire here. Next thing I'm going to do is take the battery box right here, and I'm going to put this through a hole I drilled. I used my Dremel tool for that, but you can use a drill. You can use a hand drill or whatever you like, okay? So I'm going to take this off of here so I have a little bit of room to work with here. Okay. I'd like to be able to edit some of this out, but unfortunately, I still have not been able to figure out how to edit stuff. And when I do, I forget it the next day. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I want to try to leave enough so that it sticks out here. Okay, and then I'm going to take the black wire and I'm going to solder it right here on this little metal piece here. That is connected to, I believe you're positive, but it really doesn't matter, okay? And then I followed the wire out here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me find something to point with. There's a wire that's in here, and it goes to right here. So I'm going to solder the red wire here and the black wire to this post, okay? So let me do that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called tinning my wires. And I'm going to use the paste flux, okay? It's backwards, I'm sure. But it's called paste flux, and it's regular paste. There's no acid in it, okay? And I'm going to dip my wire down in there to get a little bit of this flux on there, okay? I hope you can see that. All right, and what that does is it cleans any impurities off of the wire. And next thing I want to do, twist this wire a little bit. There we go. And that will also take the flux, put that in there. Now, I have one male and one female. And before I solder it, I'll show you that they plug into each other, okay? And that's how we're going to get this to work. So, let's take that. Whoops, that didn't work out very well, did it? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move the camera so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Now, I've preheated my soldering gun. Okay, well, iron gun, whatever. Don't buy one of these. They're a waste of money. But since I have it, I use it anyway. I got a stand here. Can't remember where I got this from. I think it was Temu or AliExpress. I use both of those a lot. Why? Because you can't find American-made parts anymore. They're all made in China. And what I do is I pass the middleman and I order directly from Temu or AliExpress. It takes a little longer to get here, but I do. And yes, I know it's a Chinese company and everybody says, don't use them, don't use them. I've been using them for 2 years and I've never had a problem. So I highly suggest that if you need cheap parts, look on AliExpress.com or Temu.com and you'll get your parts a whole lot cheaper. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to take my soldering iron, and you'll see it's smoke. That's the flux kind of melting off. Then I'm going to take my solder and I'm going to melt some of it right on that wire, okay? So if you can see it, I gotta know it's smoking a lot. Okay, that wire gets hot and the solder gets through there. Okay, can you see that all right? I'm hoping you can, okay? So there's the solder, and here's the unsoldered one. And you just take that, stick it on there, and the solder melts, and you can see it, okay? So this is called tinning your wire. And what it does is it gets your solder on the wire, and when you go to solder things, it's much, much easier, okay? So there we have that. Now, next, I'm going to put that in there, keep it out of my way. I've got the female here, and I've got the male here. All right, next, I'm going to take, okay, what I do with it. This is one bad thing about having a messy workbench, but I got so many projects going on at once. Now this, I've already tinned, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But what I am going to do next is take a little bit of this tubing. This is, it's a heat shrink, okay? And what it does, you put this on your wires here. Okay, there's the black one. And I've got a red one here. So I'm going to take this. This is the USB, okay? And I'm going to do the female end on this. If I can find where I put it. This has got to make you all laugh because I know I'm not the only one who does this stuff. Okay, here's the female. And, all right, what I do with the male. Female, and is this the male? This is the male. Okay, so we're going to take the, what am I doing here? We're going to take the male. Okay, take this heat shrink tube, put your red wire through it, okay, and give it a little twist to get it through there. There we go. All right, and you want it to go back a little bit because this wire is going to heat, and when it heats up, if it gets too hot, it's going to melt the tubing and you won't be able to put it in the right place. So that's what that should look like, okay? Next, I'm going to take my alligator clip. These helping hands are wonderful, especially if you're doing this by yourself. A lot of times, my wife will be home, and she helps me out with this. But she's at work making money so that I can stay retired. God love her. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to this wire here and melt that a little bit. Take your wire. It's a little bit hard to do like this, especially if you're old like me and you shake a little bit. Okay, all right, come on now. All right, there we go. So that piece is on there. And what I'm going to do next, well, that didn't work out very well. Let's get this down here. Okay, now, let's try this again. We're going to excuse me for the dead air, but sometimes you just got to shut up and do the job. All right, let's try getting that straightened out. Now this really should be easier. But since I'm doing it on camera, and I'm trying to show everybody how to do this, of course, it's going to take a little time here. Next thing you want to do is take a little heat. Okay. And you're just going to run it underneath that. All right. And yes, I don't know if you could see that, but it shrinks on there very well. Okay. Now, let me do the black side. And all right. Trying to arrange this so that the black wires are on top and I can get to them. Okay, next we're going to do the black wires. Okay, hopefully this one goes better. Yeah, this is why I tell you, don't buy one of these. They're a waste of money. I would buy a very nice soldering setup, which I am going to do as soon as I get some extra money. And once I do that, I'm going to buy one with a variable heat. Has a dial on it. Okay. All right. I'm not doing very well with this, so I'm going to try to put a little more solder on here. There we go. I guess my problem was I didn't have enough solder on. There we go. All right, now let's take the black shrink, put it there, take my, I'm going to get this a little closer if I can, and hopefully you'll be able to see this all right. See how that shrinks up? All right, so there we go. That is the first part. Now, what I should have done is I should have taken a bigger heat shrink and put over the wire here so that I could melt these two together, but I didn't do that. That's okay. What I'll do, somewhere here, I have electrical tape. Here we go. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. This is Gorilla brand, and this stuff is really good. And I do not get any compensation from any products that I recommend on here, just so everybody knows. So we'll take this, we're just going to wrap it around, and once I'm done with this, I'm going to hope like heck that everything works. because I did not try any checks on this wiring that I'm doing here. So hopefully it works. I think it will. If not, we can always use the 4.5 volt adapter, because the female end is going on the battery box. Okay, so that's how that turned out. It's not beautiful, but it'll work, okay? So next, we're going to take this battery box and we put it here so that it will be held. And I'm going to tin my wires here. I already did the adapter, so let's take, what can I use here? I'm trying to find something to spread my, here we go. This is called a flux paste brush. Okay, you take that, you just spread it there, spread it here, and there we go. Now, I'm going to take the solder and the soldering iron, and I'm going to solder them, or put solder, I guess, on the springs here. And over here, I don't want to get it too hot. Oh, come on now. All right, there we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, take this, and I'm going to run it up through the box, okay? And I cut a little notch here so that I can get these wires in here, okay? All right, let's do this first. All right, there's that one. Blow on that to cool it off a bit. Come on. That wire's getting hot. My thumb's burning. Okay, there's that one. Whew, that got hot. Probably a better idea to use needle nose pliers. All right, next. Hold that down in there. And there we go. Okay. That was a little bit easier on that. Okay. So, as you can see, okay, let me get that in there, okay? We've got the red wire soldered, the black wire soldered, okay? Now, next thing we're going to do is take our USB cord here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Here it is. Is this it? Okay, that. What am I doing here? Okay, that is not the right cord. This is for my video camera that I'm not using and should be. Okay. Where are you? Here you are. All right, so on my workbench bar here, I have USB port. Okay, so plug that in, and once again, it's 5 volts. Okay, and we're going to plug this in and turn on the switch, and nothing. So it is not working. Okay, folks, so my USB cord did not work. Okay, so that's useless to me. So let's go out to the layout and see if we can find a 4.5 volt 4.5 volt adapter. Oh, sorry you got to see my ugly face while I do this. This house is a mess down here. We have all the stuff, as you can see, we're putting in the village, okay? And I've got to get all this finished before November 1st. And over here is our Halloween. So down here in my box, I've got a 4.5 volt adapter, okay? So let's go back, show a little bit of that. And there's my beautiful puppy up there sleeping. Here we go. And back in the train room, the creation room as I call it. I've got my Christmas tree up down here already. Okay, so let us try this 4.5 volt adapter. I will make another USB cord for this, but I gotta find them first. I have a whole bunch that I bought from Temu, and they work real well. So here we go. We're gonna try this 4.5 volts, and there you go. Okay, we have lights. So it does work. Okay, and you can see I'm using the 5 volts for the 4.5 volt adapter. Okay, and all the switches. Okay, you get steady on, twinkle, glisten, waves, sequential. Okay, and then you got chasing, which would be pretty cool. And then you got fade. And then you got combination. So my next thing will be to put lid back on here, and then I'm going to take this. I've already cut out a place for the wire. I think you can see it here. Okay, and underneath here goes the battery box. So everything will be hidden. It'll be like that. And it should work out pretty good. So I appreciate everybody watching, and hope this video was helpful. I know it's long. It's 28 minutes, so thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope it helps a lot of people out. These 4.5 adapters, I've got a lot of extras, and the reason I have extras, things break and you end up with an adapter. But I've also converted a lot of things that use the adapter with the USBs. Now, the big thing, and I don't remember if I showed you this, okay, I have, that goes under the layout, a USB power strip. This thing's very cool because you plug it into a USB, and as you can see, it lights up when you've got it turned on. Okay, so I have a ton of these that I bought from Temu or AliExpress, I don't remember. They're a couple dollars a piece, but they're a whole lot cheaper than the 4.5 volt adapters. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plugs in there, okay, for $2 or $3. And they may cost more now because I bought these a couple years ago. And of course, you know, you've got high cost and stuff because of tariffs and all that stuff. But for those of you who don't mind buying Chinese stuff, and like I said, the parts you buy here are all made by the same company, but you got to pay for the shipping, you got to pay for the middleman, and it raises all that. And of course, you got to have more profit. So, you know, I sucked it up, and since I'm retired, I buy from Temu, I buy from AliExpress. Sometimes, excuse my hand there, sometimes I'll buy from Amazon, but very rarely. Stuff costs about double on Amazon, to be quite honest with you. Some do, some don't. I don't want to be made a liar there. But anyway, once again, thank you for watching. Again, I hope it helps you figure out how to do that. If you like this video, please like it. I hope you will subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing a lot of projects like these. Some are already on my channel, but I don't think they're as complete as this one, okay? So don't forget, if you like the video, please like it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I need to get this channel built up. There's a lot of villagers out there that have this problem with the battery boxes. So feel free to share the video, okay? And hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is CB Train Nut, over and out.